My little mama cat Feather. Hey, I was going to say something about this later on, but I figured I'll just put this out right now. I've been start taking this stuff. I've been taking quite a bit of it, actually, way more than a therapeutic dose. And I don't think there's anything that could be possibly harmful in it in any way. I'm talking this, the Colostrum LD liposome delivery, because it's just the first milk from cows and has, I don't know, it's got so much different things in it. It's human growth hormone, 1 factor 1 and 2, and antibiotics and immunoglobulin and whatever. I mean, it's so many different things that are in it that are healthy. And I've noticed in the last couple of weeks, I've been doing a lot more at the gym. I was there yesterday, more hours than I ever was. I was there quite a bit today. Actually, I've been upping this week more than I did last week, and last week I was doing more than what the week before. And today I was there riding around my motorcycle, and I went from my motorcycle right to the gym, worked out for a couple hours, and feel fine. Now, another thing I started doing and started taking was this red Reishi mushrooms, and I don't know where I started looking on YouTube about the videos on this. There's a million videos on this thing. And one guy, he put out top herbals, whatever, the top 10 herbals. He put this one as number 1. And I was surprised. I was like, that's interesting. I just read about it someplace else. I don't know where I read it. And some health journals or something. And, normally you'll have videos sometimes on the same information. But a lot of times you're better off reading it because you can find out things that aren't on videos. But something's working. The only thing I've been doing is the ParaZapper with the pedestal offset that's been modified. Now, I know that thing gives me some more energy too when I use it a lot. I'm not sure if that has something to do with it. I got a feeling it's this stuff though, mostly. I had to mention this because I just started taking this also around the same time as this. And I heard this stuff is really good. It's like some people are saying it would take them 2 hours to tell you all the benefits, what it really does, this stuff alone. But then again, I looked at a lot of videos on this and I was reading about it, and I also went to their website, Sovereign Labs, and looked at some of the studies they did. And I also looked at Dr. Yamamoto's studies on GC-MAF, which this can help bring up GC-MAF, which fights a lot of problems in the body. But I'm sold on this. This is going to be one of my supplements I want to have, even if it costs money and I don't eat food. Instead of taking this, I'll just take this because something's going on, and I'm not. Sometimes it's difficult to pinpoint exactly what it is. I remember one time I did not believe that the ParaZapper was working so good. I thought it was vitamin C was doing better by me, but I went ahead and later determined it was the ParaZapper. I have to mention that I have been using a more modified ParaZapper electronic device recently that's got a higher pedestal offset. Maybe that's doing something too. Maybe it's a combination. That's another thing. I think it's this stuff mainly doing it, but it could be the ParaZapper plus this all together. But I feel like I have the energy of what I've had maybe more than 20-something years ago, easy. Because I was out here doing a lot of physical work. Out here doing things. There's a boat back there past that little Jeep thing. You could barely see it. I pumped out the bilge in it and stuff, got all the water out of it. There's a lot of project I was doing. It's real hot today. And I took the motorcycle out, I was riding it around, and after that I just pulled into the gym and I worked out for 2 hours, and I came here and it's like a couple hours later at least. I feel fine. It's kind of weird. I mean, that's the way it used to feel many, many years ago. It could be this stuff mainly, but it might be, like I said, it might be a combination of the 3 main things I've changed is this, which I found out, this stuff, I never thought that stuff was that powerful. It's known as the mushroom mushroom of immortality. I didn't even know that when I bought it. And I didn't realize, I saw a YouTube video last night. Guy was telling us about the top 10 herbals and remedies from China or something. He listed this as number 1. I didn't even know that before I bought that. And also, like I said, it took me a while to determine that using the ParaZapper device many hours a day does actually give you like an energy strength. I mean, all day energy. That's if you use it a real lot. And I found out later on that pedestal offset zappers like the Uzi 3 and the My 3 from ParaZapper they do work better. I found out it's a little bit subjective, but and I asked him to up the pedestal offset a little higher, and he did. And I've been using that recently, so maybe that has something to do with it. It could be a combination of things. I don't know. I've got a feeling it's mainly this stuff though, and I've been taking quite a bit of it. So I want to pass this on because if I really snap back the way I was really, really great shape before, if I snap back to that, I'm going to stick with taking this. I want to make sure I get some more of that. Red Reishi mushrooms, and I'm going to continue using that. Well, I always use the ParaZapper anyway, but I'm going to use that one that he modified that has the higher pedestal offset. I'm going to continue using that one too. But I've been taking a lot of this, and I like the vanilla flavor. So, boy, I mean, it's not. In other words, people talk about these things, but I am actually experiencing something different. I have never noticed. I take a lot of supplements, and I rotate them, and I think they help me a lot. But I've never taken something recently that I noticed this big difference because I take so much stuff. It's probably this. But then again, I got to be careful and say, I know I added this. I did add this. And this stuff is supposed to be real powerful. And I did start using a ParaZapper with a more modified, higher pedestal offset. So I know I did those two things. Because sometimes you think it's one thing and it's not. So I know those 3 things changed. So I'm not sure which one is doing the most. I think it's this stuff that's actually doing the most, but it could be something else too. I'm not sure, but I know one thing. I'm keeping up with all 3 of those things. This stuff, high therapeutic dose, taking a lot of this, and I'm using the ParaZapper My 3 at 10,000 hertz on a modified pedestal offset. It's an electronic device. I'm using that a good 8 hours a day. And I feel like I used to feel like at least 25 years ago. It's freaking amazing. So I think hopefully I'm going to be slimming down here a lot more, and take probably a few months to do that, but we'll see.